Alright, YouTube, 106 Falconer here. Today, what we got going is my old lady's Frigidaire Gallery gas range. That anymore, the preheat light will not shut off. You know, you fire the oven up, set it at 350, 500, 400, whatever, and the preheat light stays on the entire time. It started acting up like a year and a half ago. You know, sometimes it would take like 45 minutes before the preheat light would go off, and but then it would eventually go off, and it started doing it randomly. But now it stays on all the stinking time. I wasn't in a rush to fix it, you know, because my old lady, she loves to cook chicken, and I hate chicken. You know, so I mean, if I want like real man food, I'll go out and start a fire and cook me up some beef or something. You know, it's the only thing to eat. Anyways, so I'm gonna fix this. Plus, I want to do that clean on it. I want to do that self-cleaning thing, but I don't want to do that until I'm sure, because a lot of times when that preheat light doesn't go off, sometimes the burner won't catch and it'll just be gas coming in there. And one time, like a year ago, my wife, she opened the door and it went poof, the flames, they ignited once she opened the door. So, but that hasn't happened since. So anyways, I'm sure it's the igniter that's bad from what I've read. So I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to take the igniter, because the broiler, you turn the broiler on and bam, you know, it's on. Alright, YouTube, 116 Falconer here. I was just going to go over this $13 Harbor Freight 6-function mini digital clamp meter. I bought this specifically for the clamp function to check the igniter on my old lady's gas oven there. Alright, YouTube, so we're going to take the clamp meter and check the amp draw on this Frigidaire Gallery stove. Good pizza. So, let's see. First thing I do is turn the oven on. So, I'm going to have to, let's see, bake. I'll make sure nothing's in there. No, I just cleaned it out. Alright, so I got it on bake. Alright, so now we're going to go under here. Oh, let me get a light on. Now, you got to keep the wires separated. Alright, you got to keep them separated. So I'm going to put the meter up here to 20 volts. Alright, put it around. You're supposed to keep it in the middle. Now, it's supposed to be between around 3 amps. So if I press, you can see here we're like at 2.6. 2.69, 2.7. We'll wait for the burner to kick on. That's the one that goes up into the igniter. Now I'm going to, alright, burner just lit. I'm going to press the hold button. Alright, 2.71, so we are below the specifications. Alright, YouTube, so the new igniter got here today. It's a universal, it's about the Frigidaire Universal. It looks identical to the one that was in there. which I'll show you in a minute. So you get the igniter with your 2 leads, 2 ceramic wire nuts, and your directions, which tells you to, of course, disconnect the power, cut the wires from the old igniter as close to the igniter as possible, as close to the old igniter as possible. It says do not remove connections from the gas valves. So we will do that, wire nut it together. The leads here, being alternating current, it doesn't matter which goes where. Okay, so let's get the stove apart, or the oven, and get on her. Just a second. Alright, so I'm going to go in there. We're going to get, I already have the racks out, as you can see, but we got to get that bottom tray out. First, I got to take the fan housing off in the back there. I don't know if I can put any better light on there. Let's see. Alright, well that kind of evens it out. So let me take the fan housing out. We'll get that lower thing off, and then I'll unplug the stove, because as you can see, it's not unplugged yet. So this is just these 2 screws here, one there, and one there. Then when I'm done with this, I'm going to try the self-cleaning cycle on there. I was going to do it before I changed the igniter, but now that I know for sure that the igniter is bad, I don't know if I dare do the self-clean. Alright, so I got that. Now I got to get my 2 screws out from back here, which I just put in, because the original ones I took out a long time ago and lost them. Alright, so we got that and that, which hopefully you can see what the hell I'm doing here. Alright, we got all that, and we lift this out. Alright, so we got to take the heat shield off here, or whatever you call this thing, majiggity. So it's just taking out 2, with this model you can either use a number 1 Robertson or a 1/4 inch nut driver. So I'm going to use the nut driver. Oh, and then we have, I think that's 3/8 to get it detached from the burner. Right here, that nut. So let me get the nut drivers. Put it on a little extension. Bam. Bam. Alright, let me get the socket there to take that out. Alright, so like I say, I think it was 3/8. I think that's what it was when yep, 3/8. Now this range here is 11 years old. Alright, so you just take your nut off. and it's never had the self-clean function ran. Alright, now you take this off. It just goes in the back there with the two little tabs on there. Alright, so now I don't know if I can do this with leaving the burner in place or if I got to take the whole thing out, but I'm going to try doing it just leaving the burner in place. So what I'm going to do is detach the igniter here, get that out, and then clip the wires. But let me unplug this thing first. So I'll be right back. Alright, I have her unplugged now, so I'm going to take these out. Again, 1/4 inch nut driver or number 1 Robertson. It's not the best angle to get your gun in there. Oop. Alright, got that one out. So here's the old igniter that we know is bad. So now I'm going to take my $5 eBay clipper stripper combo. Of course, it's just for light gauge wire. And clip that off. 1, 2. Alright, so we got the old burner out, or the old igniter out. You know what I hit? I forgot to hit the freaking record button. I don't know if I recorded taking the burner out, whatever, 2 screws, bam, bam. And I was able to get in here with my knife and strip the two leads. Let me clip this asbestos stuff or whatever this is here. If I can see what the hell I'm doing. Sucks getting old, man. I'll tell you. There we go. Alright, bam. There we is. Shit, I probably forgot to record half this shit. Alright, so excuse me, the new igniter's got to go in like this. So I'm going to take the 2 leads with my 2 ceramic wire nuts and wire nut them to get it. Now, according to the well-written directions, the proper way to wire nut, you do not twist your wires together. You just hold them side by side, and then install the wire nut. If you twist them together previous, you won't get a good connection. Alright, so we got that. Now we're going to do the same here. I don't know if you can see or not, but whatever. Alright, so now these I'm going to feed down through. Get all that stuff down there. Stay out of the way of the freaking gas line or the burner. I think. Shit. Alright, we're gonna have to go underneath. We're gonna have to go below. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. Let me get this stuff pulled down through. Alright, so that stuff's pulled through. Oops. Shit, I didn't even see if my camera was set up. Oh, God, I'm sucking at this today. Alright, so I pulled everything through. So we're clear of where the burner needs to go. Now I'll set the burner back on there. And then we'll get our igniter hooked up. Alright, so we got that. I like watching these videos online where they say, just replace it. Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for the heads up, man. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put this in first. Alright, so now we're back in there where we need to be. So let me shoot that back in. Alright, bam. Now the front one. My dog's barking. Huh. Alright, so we got that. Now I'm going to mount that burner back up. Which just goes on like a so. Oh, I should have checked to see if the freaking holes line up. And it appears they do. I did read some reviews where the holes didn't line up, but this is a Frigidaire universal. So, alright. So we're good there. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. So now let's take a look underneath. Make sure we be good. Alright, I'm going to have to move Alright, so these wires here are going to have to get put to the back because when that drawer gets back in there, I don't want them hitting it. But for now, I'm going to plug the unit back in, and we'll fire it up and see what our amp draw is on this new one. So I'll be right back. Alright YouTube, so somehow my videoing sucks today, so I never recorded the part where I checked the amp draw on the new igniter. So let's do that now. Set the oven to 350. Bake, we're on preheat. Go down. Oh God. Okay, so we're gonna put the meter up here to 20 amp because it's not going to take that much, and clamp around. So you see we're at 3.6, which is definitely within range. Okay YouTube, so I got stuff back together. I put one rack in the center of the oven. I put a internal thermometer in there. So we're going to close it up. We'll fire it up and then see. I want to see how long it takes for the burner to ignite, and then how long it takes to preheat to 350, and if the preheat light will go off. So, fire up the stopwatch. Bake 350. Bam. Alright. So gas is running. Alright, burner's on. 22 seconds. Alright, it was taking, prior to that, it was about 1:45 seconds for the burner to kick on. But they say if you're within 2 minutes, you're good, but still, at 22 seconds, that's pretty damn good. Alright, so let's let it run. As soon as it preheats, I'll fire the camera back up. Alright, so supposedly 7 to 8 minutes is the average time to heat up to 350. Oh, I fired the camera back up because I'm going to fast forward to all this crap. So. Damn preheat light still stayed on. Alright, burner shut off, but it's still on freaking preheat. No beeping, no nothing. So let's see what the internal temperature says. Shit. Well, the igniter was bad. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run well, we're at 350 degrees, so it's right there. Alright, there we go. The beep beeped. So apparently it's working. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut her off. let it cool off, and try it one more time. So we'll open everything up. We'll be back. Okay, so we're going to have a go again. You can see there, temperature's down. I mean, the oven's still warm in there, so it's not going to be like from a dead cold stop. But let's get stuff hooked up here. And I only have like 11 minutes left of my memory card, so hopefully we'll get this in. So, restart our, there, we're going to go bake, 350, bake, and run. Alright, so we'll see. Now, to be honest with you, this range hasn't worked properly in a few years, so I got a little jumpy when the preheat light stayed on, but then it did beep and it did stop at 350 degrees. Alright, so there we are, 22 seconds, burner's lit up. Well, actually this one started about 20 seconds. So hopefully there's enough memory on this card to let it, and it should heat up quicker because the whole thing's already warm. So let's see what happens here. Five minutes 30 seconds. Let's see what goes on with the preheat light here. Alright, burner shut off. Now it should go off in a second, and then we should get the beep telling us we're to temperature. I should have left the stopwatch running. Do 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 do. Damn, I should have left that stopwatch running. Burp, 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 burp. I don't know if I need to open the door or what on that thing. Get it to cool down a little bit. I'd think it'd be beeping by now. But I don't want to open the door. I want to make sure what's going on here. I wonder if we can see what the temperature is. Turn the light on. Well, we're just a tad over 350, so there we go. So the to temperature alarm sounded, preheat light went off. Let's see what's going to happen here with I got 4 minutes left. Let's see if she's going to kick back on here in a second. See, before the preheat light would never freaking go off on a thing, man. And that two temperature alarm never sounded. So, but I suppose if you're like, it's like watching water boil, never happens. All right, I better shut the camera off. Let me wait and see, because I only got down to 2 minutes. When it kicks back on, we'll come back.